Hi, everybody.
Hello there.
I'm Jerry.
And I'm Linda.
We're the Newcomers. Another week has passed.
Again.
Life here in the villages. We've been on a couple of outings and here and there, and we've met some good people, and we're going to bring it all to you today. The first thing we're going to tell you is thank you for watching Thursday's video where I went out with the Leatherneck Warrior Dragon Boat team.
I'm so proud of him. He did such a great job.
Listen, I went out for 30 minutes. These people are animals. Mm-hmm. That burns. My arm was so full of blood and lactic acid. It's great, though. It's going to be good for you.
You surprised me, though. Right after it was over, you got out of the boat and you came up on the dock and you were seeing fine. And I thought, oh, he's going to burn tomorrow. Oh, he's not going to even lift his arm. But he was great. You're in better shape than you thought you were.
Well, come on. But thanks to all of the Leatherneck Warriors, Coach Lee and all those great people, we had a good time with them. Thank you very much.
Met a lot of nice people.
On today's show, good Samaritans abound in the villages.
And we have an audience participation feature this week.
Yeah, stay tuned for that. And the police are cracking down on speeders.
Will kids in Middleton be using the village's amenities?
And if you're shy, can you have a good time here in the villages?
All that and more. Hit it, Wally.
Send us your questions, we've got your answers. Jerry and Linda's Mailbag Monday.
We get a lot of emails wanting t-shirts. This is our Halloween version. Happy Halloween tomorrow, everybody.
Yes.
Yeah. Got the orange and black.
Do we look like pumpkins?
Yeah, well, I look like a big old pumpkin. I say pumpkin. If you want a t-shirt, we don't sell them.
No.
But the great people up at Custom Apparel do. They're up on Wedgwood Lane. I'll put the link in the video description. They're reasonably priced, really. Yeah. And they have a wide variety of colors, long sleeve, short sleeve, V-neck. Yeah. It's good stuff. And again, we don't get any money from it. We're just happy to take care of you if you want it. Time for the viewer video question. This is Vicki and Mike. They're from New Jersey. Let's hear what they have to say.
Hi, Jerry and Linda. It's Vicki and Mike from New Jersey, and we have a question for you.
We plan on relocating to the villages, and we're coming across complaints about the smell from the construction landfill along Morris Boulevard. Could you possibly elaborate on it for us, please?
See you when we get there.
Wow, that's a different question. Mm-hmm. We know exactly where that landfill is. It is right behind holes number 2 and 3. Yeah. On the Volusia golf course. Right. And it's right smack in the middle of a whole bunch of golf courses. Sarasota, Volusia, Escambia, it's right there. There are no homes immediately close to that. So I'd have to say that I don't know of anybody that's ever told us that they were bothered by that smell from their home.
No. And surprisingly enough, that's also one of the prettiest vantage points of the golf courses.
It is our absolute favorite view from the villages, right up on hole number 2 and 3 on Volusia.
Right.
You're up on that high wall around the landfill.
Right.
Now, I will tell you, I have smelled it when I've been up on there on the golf course. Yeah. But it's not overwhelming when we were there. And it's not a garbage landfill.
No.
It's more of a
vegetation
and tree cuttings and the nursery people take the things. It's not where they take your daily garbage.
No.
So you can rest easier about that.
Yeah.
But we can't say we've ever been bothered by the smell.
No. This is from Christine in Massachusetts. Some people say one thing and some people say another thing. But what I really want to know is, are the people there the way I hear on the news? Or are they as friendly as you claim? Well, I don't know about the news.
Well, she's right. Some people say one thing and some people say another thing. But yes, so we think the people are friendly here. And we have an example of it. It was totally unplanned.
Totally unplanned.
I'm going to tell you the whole scenario. Or is it scenario?
I say scenario.
Okay. We were out struggling with one of these first world problems where we were going to eat supper. What were the 2 finalists?
Oh, we were thinking of Pisano's, a sub, what do you call it?
Pisano.
Calzone or something.
Yeah.
And the other one was, I don't remember.
PDQ.
Yes, PDQ chicken.
Okay, so we pulled off the road as we should. to look at our phone and
Look at the menu and
get the
prices,
menu and all
blah,
that.
blah,
And
blah.
we had not been pulled over more than 30 seconds when Nancy, in a cart, whom we've never seen before, pulls right up to us with her mother, Joe, 90 years old, and says, "Can we help you?" And it was so nice. And we got to talking with them, as you can here, quite easy. It's easy to strike up a conversation. And I said, "Do you mind if I take your picture? Because we do a show, and I think this little encounter where you were so nice to come and ask us if we need help would be good." And they said, "Go ahead." And they went on to tell us that Joe, being 90 years old, still goes out with the gang golfing.
Yes.
She's mostly watching at this stage,
Yeah.
but she's active.
Right.
She looked like a whippersnapper.
I love that she goes and watches. I think that's a fun activity, actually.
And you just saw them on the video there. Now, we were still there. As they drove away, 15 seconds later, up pulls another cart. And it's Richard and Susan. And we don't know them either, but they pulled up just to see if we needed help. And we didn't, of course. And we struck up a little conversation. And
Yeah.
Susan and Richard,
Yes, sir.
why did you stop?
To help you out.
To see if you needed any kind of help.
We're making a takeout order for PDQ.
Well, enjoy it.
But Susan and Richard, thank you for stopping.
All right, have a
All
good
right.
one.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
That's an example. That's going to happen here. In fact, we have a show planned for that very topic, and we'll be bringing it to you. But thanks to those great people, Good Samaritans, you're going to find them all over this
I
place.
think so.
We've had a report recently about police issuing tickets and citations here in the villages. Well, that's not all that common, especially if you're driving a golf cart. Golf carts are only allowed to go 20 miles an hour,
Right.
but almost everyone's golf cart will go a little bit more than 20.
Yeah.
So what I've heard is if you're going over 25 and they catch you, they will give you a ticket, and it will be quite expensive. Here you see a picture of a motorist pulled over by the police. Now that ticket, if you're in a golf cart, will make you switch your golf cart to a street legal cart as far as insurance and license plate and all that sort of thing.
Wow.
So that ends up being super expensive, plus your citations. So you don't want to do that. But we've seen the police.
Wow.
They've been pulling over golf carts and regular cars, and I think it's overdue.
Yeah. Well, so what you're saying is if your golf cart goes a little bit over 20 and they catch you, they're going to give you a citation or a ticket and then say, your cart's going too fast. Now it's street legal. So now you're not registered as street legal. Here's a ticket for that. Come, and it just adds up.
That's right.
Woo-wee.
The next few questions we're going to kind of lump together. They deal with Middleton and Eastport. And Jody Spiegel has a question, and it's a good one. She asks, will the Middleton residents have access to all the village's activities? And that's important because there'll be a whole lot. It's going to be a big community.
Yes.
And you can have babies, you can have elementary school children, middle school children, high school children, and adults all mixed together there. Will they be coming over and using the village's pools, etc.? Well, the answer to that is no. They're going to have quite the system of their own.
They will. They're going to have their own city. So, I think it'd be a pretty long haul to get to Brownwood. And
Oh,
to all
it
those-
would, but it wouldn't
all
be
those
so far to
town
get
squares.
to some of those other areas, though. And don't forget that all your pools, all your neighborhood pools have a 30-year age limit. You have to be 30 to come to those pools, and that's not going to change. Younger people can go to the regional rec center, not regional, what do you call it? The family
The
pools,
family pools.
which are like Rohan and Manatee and those Captiva and Bradenton.
Rohan may be sports pool, isn't
Oh,
it?
yeah.
So
Rohan,
they
that's
can't
a
go
sports
to
pool.
that either.
Don't come to the Rohan. Do not do that.
So, yeah. That's
Good
true.
catch.
Yeah,
Good catch
yeah.
on that. Yeah, don't worry about that. But what you have another one for the
This
same.
is from Rom Barb in Atlanta, probably. Well, it says Rom and Barb, Atlanta. So I'm thinking Atlanta, Georgia. Here
No,
we
it's
go.
probably not their last name.
Given Eastport's proximity to Middleton, we are wondering what the vibe will be there when it finally opens and also over time. Like if there will be a greater presence of kids and teens hanging around. Probably so. Middleton is going to be family oriented, so I imagine there's going to be lots of children.
Well, Eastport is not Middleton, but Eastport
Yeah.
will be like a square. I don't know if they're going to call it a square or not. I've heard they are, but
Yeah.
I don't know. And anybody can go to a square. You can bring your kids,
Oh,
you can
sure.
bring your grandparents, you can bring your dog, anybody.
Anybody in the
So
world.
if you got a really happening place like Eastport where you got music and lots of neat water features I've seen over there, yeah, there'll be some kids there. And I think the vibe will be younger, don't you?
I think so.
Which won't be a bad thing because then you can go back to your neighborhood, which the vibe will be older, and do your relaxing.
Do you relaxing?
Another question on sort of the same topic. This one is from Just Curious. She didn't want to put her name.
Yeah.
Or he. Perhaps she. It's a she.
Could be.
My hairdresser, that's a clue, was telling me that her daughter is buying a home in Middleton. She has 3 children. Will they be driving on our cart paths and using our rec centers? We already said about the rec centers. You know, you're not going to, if they're with grandma, they can go in. If they're with a resident, they can go in. But people from Middleton will not have an ID that will get you into the village's rec centers, I don't believe.
Right. And children aren't to be driving golf carts, so it'll be with an adult if
They're-
they're on the cart paths because they have to be 18 years old, right? Or 19?
16. Driver's license.
Okay, driver's license age. So, you know, we won't have little kids driving golf carts.
I've always wondered about that 18 age that you pull up for some things.
I know.
You know, you can go to war when you're 18, but you can't buy a beer.
Yeah.
You know, it seems kind of off to me, but
Yeah.
it's 16 for the golf carts, and I think the police are cracking down on that as well. But I understand those questions. You know, people, you spend and prepare for your retirement. You have your life savings involved. You don't want any surprises.
Yeah. And now it's new. I mean, it's going to be new for the villages, for everyone, because we have a new community with families and children. It's going to be a learning experience for all of us, I'm sure.
That's right.
This is from Namaste Doris. Actually, just Doris. And she says, Namaste. Quit shaking your head at me.
That's like sincerely.
I got it.
Okay.
This is from Doris. This question is for Linda. That's why I'm reading this. I know you say that you go to classes. Have you tried any of the yoga classes? I find it extremely relaxing. Can I find a class down there? Namaste. You surely can find all kinds of yoga classes. There are beginning classes. There are gentle yoga classes. I go to a gentle yoga class, and it's great. It's just enough for me. I mean, it is gentle, but I mean, I know there's more that's more strenuous, but I know my limitations, and I like the ease of the gentle yoga, and it's beautiful. And you can find all these in the Rec Center News classes. So
I'm a little offended that Doris didn't ask me because do you think I can't do yoga, Doris? I went to the yoga class.
you went to the stretching class.
That's the same thing.
It's very similar. It really is. It's very similar to the stretching class, but there's all kinds of classes and different varieties of yoga.
They're a little bit difficult. I'm gonna tell you what.
Yeah. Yeah, you leave there, you think, oh, this is going to be too easy. But by the time you're done for an hour and 15 minutes or so of the yoga, you are very relaxed and you have moved muscles you haven't moved for a while. And it's great. It's great.
And I just played those. I just showed those pictures you saw of Linda, and that's Holly, our good friend. And you were in a stretch or yoga.
I don't know. One day was stretch, one day was yoga.
Okay, you got both right
Yeah.
there. There we go. From Lisa. Lisa wants to know if motorized scooters are allowed on the multimodal paths or motorcycles. The answer is a big resounding no on that. I checked it with the villages. Nothing with a gas-powered motor other than golf carts would be allowed on the multimodal trails.
That's great. That is great. This is from Shy. I love to come along to... can you read that?
I can read it, but it's weird. I love come alone to come alive in the idea of getting physical and improving my life. But I am very self-conscious about my body. How do people overcome that?
Well, everybody's subconscious or whatever, conscious of their body. You know, there's no one's perfect, but you come here and you just do everything you want to try to do and don't worry about it. That's how we are with golf. That's how we are with all our activities. We're all the same. We're aging, and that's okay.
That could be a motto for like a divorced group. Come alone to come alive. Huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But we see people dancing in the square that would never dance in a million years back in Pittsburgh
That is the biggest part of the villages.
or Anoka.
Yeah. No one cares about how you look.
No, and that's why the dress code is so easy.
Yeah.
And I think they're probably talking about swimming. They don't want to. They don't want to go swimming. You know, hey, how are the ladies in your
Oh my goodness, yeah.
all shapes and sizes?
All shapes and sizes, every one of us, and we don't care. We get in the water and we just do our thing with the instructor, and we're having a great time. We don't care.
Till that big, goofy, tall, redheaded guy comes with his camera and he's taking pictures of everybody.
Yeah, we're all going,
and the ladies sink down in the water like I do when I'm at the pool.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody, how you doing?
And you know what? There are men that come to our water aerobics class, and some of them will wear T-shirts, and that's acceptable. I saw a lady this week in water aerobics, and it was a little chilly. She had a shirt on, a pair of slimming pants. I'm not sure she didn't have
Swimming or slimming?
I'm not sure what she had on. It looked like yoga pants. It didn't look like a swimsuit, and it didn't look like a neoprene either.
And it's okay, right? Whatever you want to wear.
I think so. She was
You
fully-
could come in a pair of, you could
she
swim
was-
in a pair of bib
She
overalls
was
if you
fully
want.
dressed.
Here's
I
one
don't
from
think so.
Here's one from Donna and Tom in Maine. We're curious about noise and light pollution. Do you hear the drone of leaf blowers all day, or do you have a street light shining in your bedroom window at night in the villages?
Oh, good question.
Yeah, I went outside. It's really hard to. I can't get a good video at night. I've tried. I took a walk the other night with the video just to show you all how peaceful it is.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's 8:30 p.m. A typical evening in the villages. This is our street. Street lights every several hundred feet, but they're not obtrusive. And I think you can see that it's very quiet. I can hear a car over on Morse Boulevard. It's more than a mile away. But it's still typical evening. It's about 8:30 p.m. Not much action. But at nighttime it is super quiet. You'll hear mostly the cicadas or the tree frogs
Yeah.
or whatever. And as far as streetlights go, you can see in the video, every several hundred feet there's one, but they're not big bright lights. They're more of a glow and no issue at all. As far as noise pollution, what about the leaf blowers?
Oh, they will not start, the grass cutters will not start until about 7:30.
Unless
Unless what?
you live on a golf course.
Ooh, if you live on a golf course, they come sooner. But we don't live on a golf course, so we don't know anything about that.
No, a little bit about it.
I haven't heard it from my ear. And we do have a golf course about a block away.
She's an early riser. I'm not. And the grass cutters get here sometimes before I get out of bed. And they might come at 7:30
Yeah, I think so.
and start cutting grass.
Yeah.
And it doesn't really bother me.
The only time it really bothers, I think, you is when they get the leaf blower right by the house. And then we go, oh.
Yeah, 'cause all
leaf
these
blower,
people-
yeah.
They don't just cut. They mow, then they use a weed eater all around your house and your little planting beds and all that sort of thing. Then they'll use a motorized edger up and down the driveway.
And
Then the leaf blower to clean it all up. So that, but they are hit and run, aren't they?
They're hit and run. They're gone within 15 minutes.
That's right.
I think, yeah. So if that, but we're not bothered by it. No, I
Not
don't
really.
think you will. No. This is from Jan and Sally Severance. One question: do people use these friendship cards with their address and info on like a business card? We had one couple from North Dakota give us theirs, and is there anything that you would not put on the card?
That's a great question. When we came, we were surprised because people do tend to exchange business cards here. You'll meet so many people, and boy, do we ever. And when they give you a card with their picture on it, it's easier to figure out who they are.
Yes, yeah, you need to have your pictures on because, your memory's crazy. I mean, you're going, oh my goodness, I don't remember those people.
Do you remember Jan and Sally?
No, do you?
Yeah, I do. They're ranchers. Remember, they've got thousands of acres up there, and they're super nice people. Is there anything you wouldn't put on there? Well, we don't put our home address and our home phone number on there because we give them out and so many people.
Yes, we don't, but
we do it just for a little bit of privacy. But you'll want to put your phone number and your email address, and you could put your address on there because you're going to be partying when you get here, and you'll be throwing Christmas parties and Halloween parties, and you'll be passing them out. And there's all different kinds. You can go cheap. I think Vista Print or some of those people, you can get 200 cards for $12 or something.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, we've seen them very detailed. We've had some people put their picture on the front and on the back put all their other information. And we've even had some cards somebody gave us that had all the activities that they were involved in, which gave us a clue to like, oh yeah, they like to play cards. We'll give them a call.
We never did though.
Well, it was kind of neat.
All right, Linda told you at the beginning of the show that we were going to have an audience participation thing. It's really silly. I just get these ideas and I think, oh,
Yeah,
that people would like to hear this. So this is for you to make a comment in the comment section. And here's the premise, all right? And before I say you're going to find it difficult to write one. So someone will say, well, I like this, 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 and this, or I like anything by the blank. Don't do that. Just one of what I ask you. Here's something for audience participation. You're stranded on a deserted island. Did I say that right?
You said stranded.
You're stranded. You're stranded on a desert island.
You got strangled.
By the way, I watched the first episode of Gilligan's Island yesterday. That is the stupidest show I have ever seen. I remember I liked that show back in the day. That is not funny. Watch that first episode and watch it and see how. Oh man, it made me feel. My IQ dropped watching that show. All right, you're stranded on a desert island.
Okay.
There's a collection of every song ever written. You found a CD player, or it's actually like a Walkman, that has every song ever written on it. But you only have enough battery to play one song. What song would you play? Now that's a poser. That's really hard for us. And, give it a thought and put it in the comment section and we'll share that. We'll share some. I might share them on Facebook. I don't know. We get a lot of responses. It's time for Out and About.
This week we went to Essex House in Pearson, Florida. It was a seafood place. Can you tell us about what we found there? A lot of seafood.
Well, it's an hour's drive, first of all.
That's true.
And it's kind of northeast from here.
Okay.
And it took us just a little bit over an hour to get there. I went there because our good buddy Greg, who you've seen on our show before, he's a big fan. So we said, let's do it. And we rounded up a couple of our dear friends, Mike and Mary. We piled into the car and we went up there. And when we arrived, it was not what I expected. It was kind of like a small remodeled house that was remodeled a long time ago. And they turn it into a restaurant. But hey, the proof's in the pudding, right?
Right.
You go there for the seafood because they get fresh seafood. They were really highly recommended.
They are very known for their fresh seafood.
Right.
So.
And Linda had a grouper plate. So she got the fried grouper with macaroni and cheese and slaw. How was that?
It was delicious. When they brought the plate, it was mounded up with fish. I mean, it wasn't big giant pieces. It was kind of like, and they were long. I almost thought they looked like crab legs that were fried.
And how much was that meal?
I can't remember.
About $22.99?
I think so.
Yeah.
Or 20.
When they bring you the check, which I'll show you later, they had it all kind of lumped together on there, so it's kind of hard
But
to
it
know.
was delicious.
I had a grouper sandwich, fried grouper sandwich with onion rings. And they were the kind of onion rings that are not big and thick like you'd have other places. They were
Like onion straws.
Yeah, but they were still rings.
Okay.
But they were good. They were okay. The fish was okay. It was one piece of fish. I think it was $16.99. Mike had a heaping plate of fried clams, a big old plate of fried clams, and he offered me one, and I said, "People pay to eat those?"
And you did eat it.
I ate it.
You did. I was so shocked.
Yeah. And Mary had a grilled grouper, and that looked strange.
Yes, we eat all our fish fried pretty much, and that was just not fried. It was just grilled or broiled.
So she's
It's healthy.
healthier.
She eats a lot healthier than we
She got a
do.
salad and a baked potato. Okay. So our two meals, the grouper plate and the grouper sandwich, came to $39.37. I got iced tea. She drank water.
Water. I'm a water girl when we go out.
Actually, I didn't get iced tea. Did I? I got lemonade.
You did
Get
get
lemonade.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she got water. And Mike and Mary got lemonade and iced tea, I believe. And their bill came to $50.81. So after tip, you know, we pretty much blew $50 on that lunch, and we drove an hour and 6 minutes to get there.
We did.
So would I go again? I don't know. I mean, if I was driving out that way, I might go, but I don't think I would plan to get in my car and drive an hour and 6 minutes, because I like the seafood around here. Bluefin has excellent seafood, and there are other places as well. But anyway, it was a nice little stop, and
It's fun to get out of the bubble, and we stopped in another place on the way back, so we enjoyed the day.
it's a fairly scenic drive. And on the way back, what did we do?
We went to Barberville Yard Emporium.
Right,
Did
we
I
did
say
it.
that right?
Yard art.
Yard art.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did a show on them a year ago or two.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's a neat and fascinating place. But so we made a day of it. It was good. And we were with good friends.
Yes,
So
that's always
all
fun.
good.
That's right.
Hey, how about the word jumble? Last week, you guys did a pretty good job. Last week, it said 3 of 67, blah, blah, blah. And the answers were Lake, Marion, and Sumter counties. Okay, Lake, Marion, and Sumter was the actual answer. And Marion and Sumter could have been in any order. A lot of people got that. Today's different. It's going to be a little harder, I think. But some of you, you know, it's like if you know, you know.
Yeah.
Here it is. This week's puzzle and the clue. Not a squirrel, but an entertainer and his buds. Not a squirrel, but an entertainer and his buds. Good luck to you on that one. And if you get it, please let us know you got it without writing the exact answer. So we'll keep it fun for everybody that's trying it.
Yeah. Upcoming entertainment. Well, there's always something to do in the villages, entertaining us all the time. Go to the villages, entertainment.com, and you're going to find listings from the Sharon, the Savannah Center, and the Tierra del Sol, the small little theater there. And you even find the nightly acts that appear in the squares every single night of the year. So many very fabulous, talented musicians here in the villages.
Yeah, there are. It's time for shout outs. At this time, as we always do, we want to recognize friends of our channel. You can be a friend of our channel if you simply watch us and comment. Maybe you are a top viewer. Perhaps you are a new follower or a subscriber. Maybe you hit that like button with the thanks on the bottom there and made a donation for our equipment fund. But these are all people that have been kind to us, and we want to show your names up there and thank every single one of you. Bruce and Tony Ann. They were here for a visit this past week, and here's a picture of them shaking a leg in Brownwood. Actually, it's probably a waltz.
Yeah.
They're in a waltz pose there.
Aw.
And they say they've been looking for us, Linda.
Did they find us?
They didn't find us.
Oh, we're like, where's Waldo, right?
We feel bad when people say I was here and
know.
we looked for you and we didn't see you, you know. And we enjoy it when we get to talk to you. So don't be shy. Just feel free to say hello.
If you see us, stop us. Here is Jandy and Tim, and they are friends of ours. We met them on a cruise, and we recently went out with them at the Palmer's Legend, and it was a country club, and it was a lovely afternoon. And look at this cake, because it was Timothy's birthday.
Holy moly, was that a piece of cake. Now, we split a piece of
Key lime pie.
key lime pie, but I got so excited I started eating it before I took a picture.
I know.
So it didn't look so good, but it was really good, key
It was
lime pie.
delicious.
Yeah.
We enjoyed that afternoon.
Absolutely. And here's Vern and Carol. We met them at the Jay Leno show last week. They live in the village of Hemingway, and they have lived here for 13 years.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Now, Janie and Scott Rice say they are true snowflakes because they come back and forth from Michigan like every 2 or 3 weeks all year long. They live in Sunset Point, and when they are here, they say they watch us every week.
And here's Mike Persky. That's a friendly looking guy. He watches us every week from out on his lanai. He lives in the village of Newell. Thanks a lot, Mike. That's going to do it for this week's edition of
Mailbag Monday.
Be sure and tune in for Thursday's show. We think you're really going to like it. We get in the car and we drive to Costco. And we leave 2 seats in the back for you to ride along with us. And you'll hear all the chit chat and all the fun. It's going to be a good time.
If you haven't done it yet, please subscribe to our channel and follow us on Facebook. Until next time.
See you when you get here. I wonder if my face is too bright. We're already in 2.5 minutes and we haven't even started yet.
Okay, let's go.
You did good. You did good. That was totally my fault.
What's wrong with it?
Nothing. It's just you did it perfectly, and I wasn't ready for perfectness. Yeah, stay tuned for that. Our police
That
cracking.
has to go over. Did you hear what I said?
Will they be driving on our cart?
Garten.
That was my fault. 100% my fault. Driving on our cart paths?
Okay.
What's this one?
3. Hello.
Closer's better. Check.
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 We're
Check.
checked. We're checked.
Check.
Where are you?
I don't know.
Where are you?
I don't know.
Okay.
We getting there. We getting there slow. Like it. Whoops, I put my hand up. Them hands aren't, they ain't green. Where's Thing?